Okay, today we're bringing you baseball cards. These are 1986 Leaf, turned over, I guess, or whatever, to 1987 Donruss. So in the back, it says from the Leaf, and in the front is Donruss. So let me take you through all the players. Okay, here we have Will Frazier. He was a rookie, rated rookie for the Angels. We have Ed Correa for the Rangers. Keith Hernandez for the Mets. Ozzie Guillen for Chicago White Sox. Shannon Dunston for the Cubs. Mike Boddicker for the Orioles. Cheney Lansford from the Oakland A's. Brian Smith from the Expos. John Chingilowis from Chicago White Sox. Eric Show from the Padres. Ken Dixon from the Orioles. Steve on Tribros from the Oakland A's. Neil Allen from Chicago White Sox. Mike Lloyd from the Rangers. Bob Brenly from the Giants. Chris Bosio from the Brewers. Ed Hearns from the Mets. Gary Ward from the Rangers. Bud Black from the Royals. Greg Gain from the Wynn Twins. That's what it says on it, Wynn Twins. Right there, Wynn Twins. All right, very confident, huh? Okay. Charlie Moore from the Brewers. Scott Fletcher from the Rangers. Rick Dempsey from the Orioles. Dick Scottfield from the Angels. Buddy Brincalina from the Royals. Dale Spearin from the Brewers. I can't pronounce that last name. Rafael Santana from the Mets. Nanny Trillo from the Cubs. Gus Polindos from the Angels. Carmen Castello from the Cleveland Indians. Don Robinson from the Pirates. Gary Lucas from the Angels. Dave Henderson from the Boston Red Sox. Kevin Elster from the Mets. Dwayne Henry from the Rangers. And Tim Vinaski from the Padres. All right. I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and by all means, share this beautiful video with others who are fans, sports fans. Yay! Isn't it nice to see them all in action like that? All right. Bye-bye now. All right. Today we're going to show you 1987 Leaf baseball cards that are now 1988 Donruss. So in the back, it's Leaf, and in the front, it's Donruss. So you decide who really owns these cards. Okay, and this is baseball. So let me take you through the beautiful collection that we have here. Starting with the first ones here. Gary Gotti. Diamond King. And Mark Lanston, also the Diamond King. Then we have Paul Nohr from the Cubs. Tony Phillips from the Oakland A's. Manny Hernandez from the Astros. Joe Carter from the Cleveland Indians. Jeff Robinson from the Pirates. Jay Bell from the Cleveland Indians. Jeff Stones from the Phillies. Tracy Jones from the Reds. Jerry Don Gleaton from the Royals. Brad Kaminsk from the Brewers, Milwaukee Brewers. Rainy Gonzalez from the Orioles. Jay Howells, American League. And a nice one, huh? Look at that. Very different. You don't see very many like that, huh? American League. Okay. Joe Price from the Giants. Steve Kiefer from the Brewers. Mark Kubica from the Royals. Carl Nichols from the Orioles. Jimmy Key from the Blue Jays. Frank Williams from the Reds. Glenn Hubbard from the Braves. Herm Winningham from the Expos. Gus Polidor from the Angels. Lloyd Mosby from the Blue Jays. Jim Eisenrich from the Royals. Willie Wilson from the Royals. Dave Stewart from the Oakland A's. Tracy Woodson from the Dodgers. Mark Williamson from the Orioles. Jeff Ballard from the Orioles. Ken Caminiti from the Astros. Terry McGriff from the Reds. Doyle Anderson from Detroit Tigers. And Kenneth Hernandez from the Mets. These are all the guys from this video here. Hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll definitely bring you some more. And if you wish, you may always fan fund me. That's that little eye on the upper right hand corner. And I'll find some more of these great finds to entertain all my sports fans. And I'll bring them right to you in video form. All right. Bye-bye now. Today we're bringing you some 1988 Topps baseball cards. This is from 1988. All right, let's get going and show them to you. Okay, this is Shan Colin. He's a Topps Super Rookie. Isn't that cool? Look at that. Good job. Okay, then you have Bill Scorder from the Brewers. Mitch William from the Rangers. Barry Jones from the Pirates. Dave Menz from the Astros. Steve Ontiveros from the Atlantics. Josh Kruz from Astroy. And Carney Lansford from Athletics. Then we come down here and we have a couple of special ones here. These are the Giant leaders. Leaders for the Giants team. Nice card. Then we have Chuck Crims from the Brewers. Jerry Hairston for the White Sox. Tom Foley for the Expos. Lloyd McClellan for the Reds. Ernie White from the Blue Jays. Mike Hart from the Orioles. Hubby Brooks from the Expos. Ron Kakovice from the White Sox. And these are the leaders for the Royals. We just had the leaders for the Giants. These are the leaders for the Royals. Great job, guys. Rance Malincks for the Blue Jays. Ivan Clatteron for the White Sox. This one has 4 of the guys. Interception leaders for 1987 NFL. You have Kenneth Bostic, Mark Kelso, Mike Pryor, and Barry Wilburn. All right, And this next one is 87 Record Breaker, Nolan Ryan. And you have an All-Star National League. He was a relief pitcher, Steven Berezon. And another American All-Star League for first base, Don Mattingly. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and this is only part 1 of these cards. We'll bring you part 2. It was too much to do all in one video. So be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and by all means, share this video with other sports fans, especially those from the earlier years. They'll enjoy seeing the old players they used to watch all the time. Alright, this is it from 1988. Topps baseball cards. Alright, bye-bye now. Okay, here we have part 2 of the 1988 Topps baseball cards. Okay, we gave you part 1. Here's the rest of them now. Let me take you right through them. Okay. We have Tom here from the Cardinals. Jim Eisenrich from the Royals. Bob Walk from the Pirates. Dave Winfield from the Yankees. Gary Carter from the Mets. Bill Wigman from the Brewers. Terry McGriff from the Reds. Eric Nolte from the Padres. Butch Wynegar from the Angels. Andy Allison from the Indians. Frank White from the Royals. Felix Furman from the Pirates. June Beniquez from the Blue Jays. Doug DeCinces from the Angels. Wally Joyner, also from the Angels. Ed Owine from the Braves. Ozzie Smith from the Cardinals. Dwight Gooden from the Mets. B.J. Sherhoff from the Brewers. Rob Murphy from the Reds. Keith Hernandez from the Mets. Rookie Childress from the Astros. Frank Williams from the Reds. Ron Wienicki from the Phillies. And John Tudor from the Cardinals. Okay, I hope you enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and please share all these beautiful cards, baseball cards, with all other fans that you know who enjoyed the game and the players from the 1988s. All right, bye-bye now. Okay, these are 1988 Leaf cards that are 1989 Donruss baseball cards. Okay, so one company made them and the other one has them, and I just find out a little different. But anyhow, let's take you to show you what we have here. Okay. Here we have Wallace Johnson for the Expos. Dante Bichette for the Angels. Darrell Evans for the Tigers. Jack McDowell for Chicago White Sox. Paul Mirabella for the Brewers. Louis Medina, he was a rated rookie for the Indians. Joe Carter for the Cleveland Indians. Franklin Stubbs for the Dodgers. Mike Henneman for the Tigers. David Henderson for the Oakland A's. Next we have Ron Jones. He was rated rookie for the Phillies. Greg Kader for the Oakland A's. Steve Joltz for the Phillies. Carmelo Martins for the Padres. Tim Laudner, Minnesota Twins. Keith Etherton, Minnesota Twins. Lloyd McClendon for the Reds. Greg Maddock for the Cubs. Orlando Romies for the Cubs. Danny Tartable for the Royals. Mike Lavalier for the Pirates. Brian Harvey for the Angels. Gary Redus for the Pirates. Greg Jeffress, he was rated rookies. Josh Batista for the Orioles. Mike McFarland for the Royals. Jerry Don Gleaton for the Royals. Terry Clark for the Angels. Brian Holton for the Dodgers. Mike Fitzgerald for Expos. And Bob Broyers for the Rangers. All right. I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll definitely bring you some more because we have plenty. So be sure to share these with all other fans that you sit around and watch the game with, or go to the games too. All right. Bye-bye now. All right, today we're going to bring you a whole bunch of 1987 Topps baseball cards. Okay, here we go. This is Bo Days for the Reds. Wally Joyner for the Angels. Toby Harrah for the Rangers. Andy Hawkins for Padres. Jackie Gutierrez for the Orioles. David Dravke for the Padres. And right here we have the Philly leaders. All the great leaders for the Philly team. Those cards are always nice to have in a group. We have Jim Traber from the Orioles. Kurt Young from the Oakland A's. Bill Caudill, Toronto Blue Jays. Then we have Greg Pryor from the Royals. Floyd Bannister from the Chicago White Sox. Eric Pluck from the Oakland A's. John Stafaro from the Orioles. Larry Sheets from the Orioles. Reed Nichols from the Chicago White Sox. Jeff Latty from St. Louis Cardinals. Doug Corbett from the Angels. Joe Price from the Reds. Greg Swindle from the Indians. Bob Kipper from the Pirates. Orel Hershiser from the Dodgers. Billy Joe Rubidoux from the Brewers. Mike Smith from the Phillies. Luis Salazar from the Chicago White Sox. Look at the expression on his face. It's always cool to see that too. Either see him in action or the expressions on their faces. Kind of neat. Okay, here we have Mike Bodiker from the Orioles. Bob Walk from the Pirates. Frank DiPino from the Cubs. Dave Parker from the Reds. Tom Brookens from Detroit Tigers. Carlton Fisk from the Chicago White Sox. Tom Bernowski from the Wind Twins. Cool, isn't it? All right. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me. Join me as a friend, especially if you're a great old fan, because we have plenty more to come from all different sports. I try to collect some to please everyone. Alright, turn them all into videos and bring them all right to you. Alright, bye-bye now.